So this is the general overview for the QCW that I'm planning on doing. It's going to be called Scarface. It's going to be a full bridge of SKM 200s, and it's going to be voltage doubled either off of 120 or 240, either running 340 or 680, with two 500 volt, 4700 microfarad electrolytic caps for the bus. The secondary is a 6¼ inch by 12 inch form with 24 gauge wire on it, and a 4.5 by 18 toroid, which brings the resonant frequency in Java TC to roughly 203 kilohertz. The primary goes anywhere from 194 to about 353 total, so you're going to tune that down to about 303, and maybe even lower than that, but 303 is about 32% detuned. I'm going to be using a Phillips Sawinski Eastern Voltage Research freewheeling driver on that, and I do want to incorporate the freewheeling capabilities with that to see what it would do, if there's any benefit to that or not. So we'll basically see if we can do something with that, and also have the primary water cooled. This will be a helical primary, but I'll show you guys the secondary and the voltage doubler circuit, as well as the buck ramp board from Alex One, and the signal output board. That's pretty much all we have for now. We're just waiting on IGBTs from AliExpress and the buck brick too. So that's going to be an SKM 300 for the buck, and the inductor cores, which the inductor core is going to be a T300 2D core, which I will wind about 66 turns on that for 100 microhenries, and it can be anywhere from 100 to 120, and the buck capacitor will be anywhere from a value of 8 nanofarads to roughly 30. So let's see what we got on the bench. So here's the secondary and the top load. I don't necessarily know if it might be overkill. Usually when building coils, you have to experiment to get your result. So it came out fairly well. I need to glaze coat it, but it turned out good enough for me. And toroids from Information Unlimited. You can get these for about 170 bucks. They're a split seam, but they work very well. I don't mind them at all. Here is the voltage doubler circuit, and this uses two 500 volt 4700 microfarad capacitors in series, so you can voltage double that up to 1000 volts using a 50 amp rec. Technically I wouldn't run 35 amps, over 35 amps on these, even though I push it in my big coil with these. I need to get a Sanrex or something in that. Anyway, the board from Alex. This is board from Alex, and this is going to be from the Arduino, sending a pulse width modulated signal in here, and then this goes to the SKM 300, which is the buck brick, and then that will go through the inductor, which is wound to about 100 microhenries, and then through a capacitor anywhere from 8 nanofarad to 30, just depending on the signal, into the DR itself, into the driver. And this is basically the signal board right here. So other than that, we're just waiting on stuff from AliExpress, but that's what we have for now, and so far so good. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, you guys, and I'll keep you guys posted.